Purpose and Beyond. Welcome back to the channel and to my space. And as promised, I am back with another update on my weight loss journey. Have a little bit of bad news, but before we get into that, I want to share my menu for the week and let you see how I prepped my meals for week 4. So take a look at this. Okay, guys, I am preparing my lunch for today, and I was not able to have my shake like I normally do. And as I mentioned before, there are some times that I will actually substitute what I'm going to have for lunch. So, because of meetings and the timing of it all, and because I wanted to get my walk in, I wasn't able to do my shake before my walk. So I decided, you know what, I'm really not feeling the shake anyway today. So I am going to make myself a little salad with the lettuce that, I've been using this week. I pre-chopped this lettuce, if you remember, and I've been having this with my meal for this week, and I'll show you that later. These are the little petite cucumbers that I mentioned before that I really like. I buy these at Costco, and here's what that looks like. These are they're the little cocktail cucumbers. And I buy those at Costco. I really love those. And so that's what I'm going to put in my salad. On my salad, I already have the tomatoes that were diced for my regular meal, for my dinner meal this week, and also some diced red onions. So I'm just going to make a little side salad for myself today. This is what I'm having for lunch. I'm glad I'm able to just switch this out this week because I wasn't feeling, like I said, I really wasn't feeling that shake today. So I'm glad I'm able to just switch this out and have a salad. And here are my cucumbers. Don't worry, I already washed those off, guys. So I'm just adding my cucumbers here. And then a couple of tomatoes. And then some red onions. I love the red onions. I said before, they're not my friend, but I love the red onions. So just a little red onion. Okay, and that's my side salad. And you know the dressing that I like. So just a little bit of the dressing on here. A little bit goes a long way. So this is my lunch for today. And for my protein today, I'm going to have the cottage cheese that I shared with you last time. This is it's called Good Culture, and it's the cottage cheese that I like. It has 19 grams of protein, and it is about 140 calories. So this with my sad salad, this is going to be my lunch for today. I think it's a good equal substitute in place of my shake. So I just wanted to share. Sometimes I do sub out what I am going to have for lunch, and today is one of those days. I just wasn't feeling that shake. Okay, guys, I am preparing my dinner for this evening, and on my menu, as you saw earlier, is black bean tacos. That's what I'm having for my meal this week, and I prepared my beans earlier. What I'm doing right now is I'm heating some up in the microwave, enough for 2 of my tacos. And so, guys, what I have here is the flour tortilla that I love to use. I buy this in the package. It is the dough. It's actually just the flour tortilla dough, and you have to cook it yourself. I really love the flavor of these over buying the pre-made or pre-cooked Mission flour tortillas. You can use those just as easily as these, but I really like the taste of homemade. It gives me that Tex-Mex flavor that I'm looking for, especially considering that I'm making the black bean tacos. So I really like these, and it only takes just a few seconds to heat them. And I cook on one side and then just simply turn it over on the other side. So I have the beans, they're just about done. I'm waiting on that to cook, and while that's preparing, I am cooking my flour tortillas. And then I showed this earlier for what I was making for lunch. I have my pre-cut onions, I have my tomatoes, and I have my lettuce. So this is just the artisan lettuce that I pre-chopped earlier. And so that's what I'm making, what I'm adding on my black bean tacos. Also, what I also like to add, which helps me to stay within my calorie count, is Parmesan cheese. This is a low calorie cheese. It gives, so I can have that cheese flavor that I like. I love to have cheese on my tacos. I'm going to turn this heat down. I left that up way too high. In fact, I'm going to take that off for a second. And then I have Parmesan cheese. So, and I just buy this in the grocery store. So I have the Parmesan, and this is shredded Romano. And so I will just put both of these, sprinkle a little on my tacos. So set those there. Okay, I can go ahead and put this on. While that one is cooking, I can go ahead and start prepping my first taco. Just to let you see what it looks like. Those are just the beans, the black beans. And again, I seasoned these with just some taco seasoning. That's all I used. It's just some taco seasoning. And of course, I do have like a chipotle seasoning that I have. Again, that's Weber's. I really like the Weber seasonings. And I'm out of that, so I have to get more I'm going to slide that over so you can see that. All right. So that's one. And then, like I said, I just kind of sprinkle a little cheese on there. I like to get that flavor. And I add my onions. Tomato. Actually, I usually put the lettuce first, but I just forgot that this time. And lettuce. Right. Let's see, you can see that color, how that turns out. All right, so that's one taco. I'm going to turn this one over. And so that's how that looks, guys. That's my black bean taco. That's one down. But I buy these flour tortillas just at the grocery store. Here we have it's called Fred Meyer's, but it is actually Kroger's. But here it's called Fred Meyer's. So I just simply buy these. You know, they're in your local grocery store. That one's ready. We're going to turn that off. And then I'm going to make the second one. And I do try to drain off as much of that juice as I can. I know, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, you're going to get rid of all the juice. But I don't want the taco too soggy where I can't pick it up, right? All right, great. And then I'll go in with my cheese. Onion. Tomato. No, let's do the lettuce. Let's add the lettuce. Right now, let's add some tomato on top. I'm a little concerned that I may run out of the beans before the end of the week. I certainly hope not. So, okay guys, so this is my black bean taco. This is what was on my meal for this week, and of course all the calories are accounted for. And this is so delicious. It is filling. I just have the two. It's very filling, and I don't do any sides when I do this. But that's my black bean taco meal. And with that, for my drink, you know, I love the Perriers, so I'm going to have a pineapple Perrier. This was a new flavor. So I'm going to have the pineapple Perrier with that. And that's my meal for tonight. Okay, good morning, guys. It is Thursday morning, and I am preparing to make my mid-morning snack. This is a snack that I do because I usually get up so early in the morning. I start my day and I eat breakfast so early. I stop to have a snack around 9 o'clock. And so again, on my menu this week, my snack was the sweet potato chips. And so I'm getting ready to do that. I have sweet potato chips with coffee. So I just want to show you this little device that I purchased off of Amazon. And I know this is nothing new for you. You've seen these before, but it's the spiralizer for veggies. And so it allows you to do all of these different cuts for your veggies. And so I'm using this to create the spiral for my sweet potatoes to make chips because it slices it thin enough. And so what I have to do first is has this little lever back here that you just turn, and it will lock the cutter in place. So it has suction cups on the bottom that will lock that in place. And in here you can see that this also has some additional cutters or slicers that you can change out. I don't know why I can't get that out of there. It must be a lever on the other side for me to pull this out for you to see, but I'll show you that later. And so what I'm getting ready to do right now, I have my sweet potato I have cleaned and washed that. So I'm getting ready to just cut that so you can see how this works. So first of all, I just simply take the potato and lock it in on these points, and then the other end has to set into this metal piece, and that secures it in place. And from there, I'll just hold on to this lever and then guide this forward to cut and slice the potato. So you'll see how that works. Okay, and here we go. So I'm just going to spray some olive oil on there. And I'll shake that up a little bit just to make sure they're all coated. Spray more. And then I'm just going to put this in the air fryer. The directions say to set the air fryer on 330 for 25 minutes. But I usually do about 20, 21 minutes. And then I just set that. And then I'll come down in about 10 minutes and shake that up to make sure that they're not, overcooking on one side. I just like to shake it up, kind of like you do the French fries. All right, so when that's done, I'll be back and show you how those turned out. Okay, guys, I just wanted you to see how the sweet potato chips came out, and they are really delicious. You can hear the crunch. And so this is what I will have for my mid-morning snack, and then I'm just going to make my coffee. That's what I'll have for my mid-morning snack with a cup of coffee, and I'm just going to make that. I like to mix my creams. So I have just the Cold Stone cream. Then I have a pumpkin. This was some leftover from the holiday. I bought that. And then I have a caramel macchiato, and I just mix those and put them in my mug. And I'll decide which coffee I want. For today, I think I want to do the gingerbread. So welcome back, guys. So you saw the meals that I ate this week. Of course, black bean tacos were on the menu for week 4. Well, there's some bad news and some good news. But before I get into that, what was my progress for week 4? Here's the bad news. I only lost 1 pound this week. And that's the bad news. The good news is I still lost weight. So we're still moving on toward the goal. I'm still happy that I lost weight. I knew that there would be some times that I've had ups and downs. Here's what I want to say. I had time to reflect on why I may not have lost the weight this week since I've been on my trajectory of 2 pounds per week, and to try to identify what the culprit may have been. And so I thought about a couple of things this week. One was the black bean tacos that I had. Although there was no meat, it was just the black beans, there may have been a miscalculation in the calories for the black beans. And so what I thought about was doing just a modified meal plan whenever I want to have the black bean tacos again because I really love those. So the next time I want to have the black bean tacos, the modified plan would include just having one taco and maybe a side salad or perhaps a half of an avocado with a few chips. Anything that would allow me to safely stay within my calorie points. And I'm thinking that that was the culprit for me only losing 1 pound was that there was a miscalculation in the points or in the calories of the black beans. So I reflected on what I thought I may have done wrong and what I could do better. And so the idea is the next time I have those is to just do one and maybe do a side of guacamole or avocado. Now, what I want to say, guys, is that is one of the reasons that I say for me, having the same thing in a week and being consistent with the same meal in a week helps me to identify easier where I may have gone wrong. It may have been more difficult for me to identify where maybe I had an error if I had been eating a variety of things during the week. So, again, that's what works for me. Everybody is different. Everybody can do what they like, but this is what works for me. And again, it's one of the reasons why I typically will eat the same thing that week. It helps me in my structure, my organization, and everything that I have going on. And then it helps me to be able to identify where I maybe made a mistake in my meal planning to which will allow me to go back and make some adjustments for the next time. So the other thing that I thought may have been a culprit is maybe I ate a little bit too much cashews. I love cashews and it's like a healthy snack that I have by my desk that I will just get a few and snack on. But you can't do that 2 or 3 times a day, so I'm really going to work on limiting that snack to 1 time a day if I'm going to have cashews, or if I'm going to have it, throughout the day, maybe counting out just to have 5 at a time and let that hold me. So, guys, that was my progress for week 4. With that, my total weight loss since I've started this journey, I am up to 7 pounds. I have lost 7 pounds. And it may not sound like a lot, but I want to ask you something. Have you ever carried 7 pounds worth of change in your purse? It's quite heavy. And I can say that it's only 7 pounds, but I can already feel a difference in my body and how I can move around when I'm doing my walking. So I want to say, guys, thank you for hanging out with me on my journey. I hope that you will join me. We can do this together. I keep telling you that. You don't believe me, but we can. We can do this together. And I want to ask you before I go, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post a new video. We'll have additional content coming soon. Bye.